My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
All right, here we go. What just happened, dude? I didn't mean to do that to you. I had to mute you and start the show, but you know the show must go on. We're on Roku now, Falcon, and I was going to tell you backstage, but you took a work call. Good for you. You're a responsible adult. You got to take work calls even when the show must go on. And I was going to tell you backstage, I didn't get a chance to. This is the first time on Roku where we had back-to-back live shows.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm watching it on the screen behind the screen. And it worked seamlessly. It was awesome. So, nice. we are pulling things off. I mean, honestly, 12-ounce sports, legit network. What just happened? Good sir, you have the regalia on. You're wearing the uniform.
Because why not? With a little bit of Patron.
All right. Well, you went a whole different way. Now, the lady and I might go to a Mexican restaurant Saturday night, so now I'm going to have to get a margarita. I have my trusty old Manly Man cup and my Guinness. The elephant in the room is tonight kicks off the Final Four, and you got the Ohio State gear on, so I want to know. Hold on just a second. I looked at Roku, our Roku channel, and you were holding your glass up, and I'm like, he's not talking. All right, I got to focus.
Come on, man. Get on track. Get on track.
The Final Four is on tonight. Philly Pete was on right before us on Roku, YouTube, and X. He had his Penn State shirt on. So we have Penn State versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame's given up a point. The over-under is 44.5. Ohio State's given up 6. Against Texas, over under 53.5. Do you have any kind of thoughts now? I know you told me backstage you're going to be a good father tomorrow night. So you're going to your daughter's hockey game, and then the team, the girls team, what is it, middle school, junior high, they get to watch the Red Wings. So
yep.
That sounds like fun. I don't think you're going to miss anything. I'll get to my thoughts on the game, but do you have any initial thoughts on the Final Four?
Yeah, I do. I honestly think the Penn State Notre Dame game is going to be a barn burner. I mean, I'm not a barn burner, but it's going to be an extremely close game. I want Penn State to win, so we have an all Big Ten championship. But I something tells me Notre Dame is going to pull this one out, and they're probably the best built team left to actually play a close game with Ohio State.
So you like Notre Dame. I mean, the point spread's a joke. One point is nothing. I mean, unless they're going to win 20-19 or 21-20, but then it's a push and Vegas wins all the money. But
right.
What are you feeling about the game you won't get to see tomorrow night, but for good reason? Ohio State, Texas. I heard Texas has probably got the only secondary that can hang with Ohio State receivers. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that's all good and dandy, but they still don't have anybody that can cover Smith one-on-one. They're going to still have to shade to his side. They're still going to have to possibly double team, but then that's going to open up their other receivers. And anytime these big games happen, anybody could pop out on that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think so for most of the game last or 10 days ago, Texas they were up 24-8 on Arizona State, but they didn't look like an offense that scared me as an Ohio State fan. I mean, Arizona State's defense is not bad. Now, I have a fun fact for you, Falcon. 3 of the 4 teams left in the Final Four are the top 3 defenses in the nation. It's Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Texas. And then Penn State's in the top 15, I believe, maybe top 20. So defense is actually winning ball games now.
Yep. And then on top of that, see, that's where I like Ohio State, because not only, again, yes, you might consider me a homer, but it took them most of the season to kind of figure out who they were, especially with the new offensive coordinator and having Smith and having whatever. They after the Michigan game, they just went out there and said, you know what do we do best? We're just going to go out there and do that and put the pedal to the metal. I don't know, dude. Ohio State is going to be so hard to stop. That's the other side of it. What do they have? Are they the number 1 offense? Like, where are they offensively? Ohio State. I mean, they're number 1 of the 4 remaining for sure. They're better than any remaining.
They're number 1 in scoring defense. I didn't look up.
Offense. Yeah.
So let's see. College football offensive ranks. We have, as I told my lady while we were in Ireland in October, and she asked me questions. We have the world at our fingertips, so I'll just look it up here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun to notice yards per game. Are we going to go by yards per game?
We got yards and points per game would be my probably the 2 bigger ones that I would want to look at, just as a generalization, right?
Well, this is total offense, yards per game. Miami of Florida was top, Ole Miss, but we want to know scoring, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State's put up a lot of points this year.
Yeah, I don't know if they have that in here. Let me try to find. This is great TV. Let me go back.
We're reeling them in as you're looking them up. Yeah. And the other thing is, I can't remember the article who wrote it the other day.
I got it now.
Okay.
Go ahead though.
Oh, yeah. But what they were talking about with Ohio State's defense is, here's why they're okay. They might not be number 1 in the country, but why they're even more sneaky good, and why they've been, like Sawyer and everybody else has been even better, is because of how many freaking seniors they have on that defense that came back. And they said that's usually this time of year, that's what rises to the top, or a huge senior class. So I don't see Ohio State stopping. I mean, I just don't see them changing anything. And this is the worst offense they're going to probably play against out of the 3 games that are out of the. I think that Oregon's offense is way better than Texas's overall. In my opinion. Tennessee's probably a wash with Texas on offense.
That's a good term, wash. Yeah. I mean, Texas is like bipolar on offense, though. But Quinn Ewers has been banged up, and Quinn Ewers, we'll get into it. I mean, we'll spend all night on this topic, the Final Four. We both played college football. We both love college football, but he was talking a little bit of a smack in the media days in the last couple of days. I don't think you want to poke the bear. Ohio State already looks like world beaters right now. I want to go back to something you said. You said something about the Ohio State-Michigan game. Captain Lou, 12 Out Sports, in a private chat said, I think Michigan woke you guys up. And I think that's actually the case right there.
Yep, I would agree with that.
So scoring offense, top scoring offenses. Of the teams remaining, Miami of Florida and Indiana were the top 2. Notre Dame's 4th in the nation at 37.7 points a game. Ohio State's 11th at 36.4. Of course, Ohio State had 10 against Michigan, 20 against Penn State, and 21 against Nebraska. And those are the outliers where they didn't score as much as normal. So Notre Dame and Ohio State are the top offenses as far as scoring offense of the Final Four remaining. Penn State's 24th.
Not bad.
And we're looking for Texas. Where the heck is Texas? Oh, Texas is 21. So, so we have the 3 top defenses in the nation, and 4 of the top 25 offenses in the nation. So I think we got what we wanted with the playoff.
I think we did. And there's still people complaining about it. Like, oh, Ohio State shouldn't have been there. They had 2 losses. We lost to Michigan. I'm like, but dude, that's the whole point.
Oh, you mean Ohio State fans? I thought you meant people are still complaining about the playoff. I was going to laugh. The only people complaining are ESPN and SEC.
Right. Like, oh, we need to go back to 4. Why? So it's rigged? No, we need a 12 or 16, man. Let's go see let's go play it out on the field. Let's just go do it.
Yeah, I responded to somebody on some social media platform because he's like, well, the SEC's won 14 out of 20 of the last national championships. Like, let's see how many of the next 20 they win when they have to play on the field in a tournament and not get hand selected to play in the championship. Come on.
And then on top of that, only one SEC team would get a bye. Any other SEC team that's out there, they may have to go play on the road like Tennessee did in Ohio in fucking December in the Midwest and get smacked in the mouth.
Exactly. So, I mean, now, yeah, how do you like them apples? A little Goodwill Hunting there. Now we got to play it out on the field. So I have, before we get on to our actual topics, non-serious topics, we get crazy because I am excited about the Final Four tonight starting. Let's get into, I have a teaser bet, Falcon, that I placed on my bookie, which is the official 12-ounce sports sponsor. If you use the promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, you get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. This is a teaser bet. This is going to surprise you because it's plus money. That means good stuff. Penn State plus 8.5, which is a huge advantage. And Ohio State only minus 6.5, less than a touchdown. You get plus money, plus 138 on my bookie, because right now it should have been plus 135, but they have a 2% boost for the Final Four. Plus 138. You bet 100, win 138. That's $238 payout. Do you like this? I like this because a lot of people are picking Notre Dame -1, but do you see Notre Dame winning by 9 or 10 in this game with 2 really good defenses?
No, it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
It should be a close game.
And you take away the kick return for touchdown that Notre Dame had against Georgia to open the second half. That's a whole different ball game at the end.
Yes. No, you're right.
I see this as a 20-7. I think this is a very safe line, plus 8.5. This is a teaser bet now. This isn't the standard line. I had to take alternate lines on my bookie. But 8.5, come on. Penn State lost by 7 to Ohio State. Ohio State's way better than Notre Dame.
Yeah, I would agree. And Penn State's been playing very well so far in the playoffs. They really have. I mean, they haven't played the cream of the crop in the playoffs. I would argue that. But on the flip side, they've handled their business so far. They really have.
Which Notre Dame has a way better defense than Oregon, but Penn State did put up 37 on Oregon in the Big Ten championship. Now, Ohio State minus 6.5, you might think that's a gamble. I just think pound for pound, Ohio State's better on offense. I mean, both defenses are really stout. Both defenses are in the top 3 scoring defense.
Yeah, but I think Ohio State's defense, honestly, even though the rankings are there, by points per game over the course of a season, they are legit on fire. They are so on fire right now. Yeah. Dude, seriously. Now, the only caveat is they're playing basically a home game for Texas.
Of course, but we always play home games, right? Oregon basically had a home game at the Rose Bowl. Now we got to play Texas. This is our life as an Ohio State fan. Postseason, we always have to play on everybody else's turf. If you're watching, if you're watching on Roku, you can't chime in. But if you're watching on YouTube or X, chime in. Let us know what you think about our bets, because now we're going to go wacky and silly, because now we're going to get on some crazy topics. I don't know if you've seen this. I know you have children. They're both hockey players. You're a busy dad. But Fox Sports 1 crew, they are sexing it up with the staff. Have you seen this?
No, I have not. This is interesting.
So
is there a video with this, or
not the sex video, but it's a comedy video. This is wild. So Fox Sports 1, they have Skip Bayless, they have Shannon Sharp. They have a lot of, commentators, big names. The first thing that came to light was apparently Skip Bayless, who Michael Carvelis, of course, I'm not shocked, loves. I think he's a jackass. He's a 70-year-old man. Falcon, he's a 70-year-old man that puts on all red Nikes with a gold chain and tries to act hard. He's a 70-year-old white man. Come on. Like, what just happened? Like, what are you doing? Seriously. But he's always trying to act like he's cool and it's got swagger. Well, it came out that from like 2016 to 2021, or maybe even more recent, the FS1 hairdresser, he was like inappropriately touching and sexually harassing, and then offered her $1.5 million to sleep with him, which she said no. Okay, but that sparked the lawsuit. Well, the lawsuit basically is saying that Fox Sports 1 is riddled with inappropriateness, sexual misconduct, sexual harassment, and the plaintiffs in the lawsuit are saying that to back this up, and they're going to have to prove it in court, that an online personality. So this is a long article, so I'll get back to it here in a minute. But Joy Taylor, this woman right here, apparently has, and we'll bring her back up in a minute, apparently has been sleeping with executives, sleeping with Emmanuel Echo, or however you say, he used to play in the NFL, been sleeping with all the hosts, sleeping, like basically slept her way up to getting on Undisputed, which I think is with Shannon Sharp, maybe not with Skip Bayless. I don't know if it's with, I don't know. But apparently she was pulled into the lawsuit as proof that they have a sexual impropriety problem at FS1. It's pretty wild. So
wow.
The whole sports world is talking about this, okay, for good reason, because this is the second biggest sports network on the planet behind the mothership, ESPN.
Right.
But also, I wanted to talk about this because our own Michael Carvelis has been absolutely attacked and roasted online when he tries to call out, like there's one woman that got on DraftKings, but her thing was she would do her bets. Even my lady commented that Michael was in the right. Like she would walk through the park, very low cut dress, and would give you picks. And her picks were wrong 70% of the time, but everybody watched her picks. And Michael pointed out, you're doing this because you know people, what they're looking at. They're not taking you serious as a bettor. And everybody goes, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you talking about? So that's part of the reason I wanted to bring it up. But apparently Joy Taylor has sexed her way up the chain at Fox Sports 1. But Skip Bayless couldn't get any action with the hairdresser. So I had a funny clip for you. People are posting. I mean, social media never loses, right? They always have the memes. Chime in if you're watching. I want to know your thoughts on this. I mean, people are defending Joy Taylor too. Like, this is the culture. This is the culture. If she wants to sleep her way up the chain, that's her business. I mean,
it is her business. Sorry, but whatever business you're running, it's just wrong to do that. I mean, it's just my opinion, you know.
On whose part, though? Is it wrong on her part or the people that are accepting that?
I think it's the people that are accepting because they have the system in place. She's just using the system that's in place. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? If you eliminate that system, she doesn't sleep her way to the top. Yeah, I'm just saying.
So we'll get to the Skip Bayless thing in a minute, but let's talk about Joy Taylor for a minute. Is she 100% wrong? No. Why? I mean, I wouldn't live a promiscuous life like that, but I don't run her life.
Correct.
Is this the system set up in a good old boys network of the sports world where if you want to make it in this business and you're a woman, maybe the vice president takes you to dinner? And is it her fault? Did she set up the system?
No, shit. That's what I'm saying is like, I don't,
Yeah.
it's not her fault, right? The system is there in this particular case with FS1, right? The system is there. So if I'm sorry, but if I personally wouldn't do it, but I could see where that, like, well, if it's there, if I sleep my way here, I will get promoted and I will get to where I eventually want to. Well, that's an avenue, right? It's available. So she did not put the system in place. System was already in place, is what I'm getting at.
Right. Exactly. So, and I mean, seriously, Emmanuel Echo apparently was he's a host, and it's pretty wild. I didn't have his video, but who did he play for? I feel like he played for the Broncos. But
that sounds right.
He had posted a video. It turns out it was outside of her apartment or house, and he kept sniffing his finger. It was a whole thing. It was crazy.
Oh,
but some of what just happened is some of the funny things that were going out on the internet. So Skip Bayless, apparently he probably knew Joy Taylor was doing this, sexing her way up. He's been inappropriately touching, and I'm anti Skip Bayless. We'll shit on him here in a minute, but this video was funny. The person's caption was, Skip Bayless, after he found out Joy Taylor was banging her way to the top and he got turned down by the hairdresser.
My turn. You told me it was my turn.
Sorry, Skip. We're going to go ahead and skip you.
Imagine being so hideous that you offer a woman $1.5 million to sleep with you and she still says no. Now, I mean, you can take a stance here, folks. You can chime in on YouTube or X. If you're watching us on Roku, you can't chime in. Sorry. They don't have a comment section. But this caption's not wrong. It said, Joy Taylor shows up to work dressed like this to talk about sports, and you guys are acting shocked that she banged her way to the top. Like, really?
Right.
Is that fair? I don't know that that's fair. What's the male equivalent to this? You show some nut in your, you got your zipper down.
I mean, I don't know, man. What is the male equivalent of that?
There is none. I mean, maybe chest hair sticking out. I don't know.
I mean, not nowadays. Not nowadays, dude. You got to wax that.
Yeah, you do have to. I've told some friends you got to shave down there if you want a modern.
Dude. When you take your shirt off and you still have a sweater, you probably need to take care of some of that.
Oh, geez, I totally misunderstood you. You're talking about the chest. Okay, moving on.
You're the full sweater.
Another funny video was apparently Colin Cowherd is a noble man. Colin Cowherd has refrained from all this activity at FS1. He's squeaky clean.
Oh,
but here's a video where the person posting it said, I think Colin Cowherd knew what was going on. Here you go.
I mean, two cities have glommed.
Do you need to see that again? That's Joy Taylor in the video. He's talking to her.
Two titties.
Here, we'll watch it again.
I mean, two cities have.
He totally did that on purpose. You know he did.
Do you think he did? Do you think he did that on purpose?
Absolutely. And he's like, I'm sure he already thought about like, I'm going to say cities, but I'm going to say titties. And be like, oh wait, I'm sorry, cities.
Oh my God! Again, chime in on YouTube or X. Here is a video. The caption was Joy Taylor at Fox Sports 1 set. That's the whole thing. It's Joy Taylor at Fox Sports 1. That's all it is.
Riding the dick. Riding the D. Like literally riding the D.
That's so rude because I don't want to take it out on her. She didn't set up the system. Oh, we got a comment. Hold on. That video, I don't think that video is altered at all.
Was that an AI video? I don't know, man. What was your source on that one?
That wasn't Joy Taylor. I mean, I think our viewer, Sarah, doesn't understand. That's not Joy Taylor in the video. It's just a joke.
Right.
Thanks for watching, though. Again, if you're watching on Roku Live, we just launched our Roku app this week. You can't chime in, but just enjoy the show.
That shit's hilarious. Great fucking segue there.
And then
that was awesome.
Thanks. And then I think what's this caption here?
Undisputed. Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show, so I owe you a little gratitude. But Joy better not ask me. I mean, Joy, my girl, but Joy better not ask me when I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Joy cool, but we go, you know.
That was a little weird. Shannon Sharp was almost spilled the beans there. Watch it again.
Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show, so I owe you a little gratitude. But Joy better not ask me. I mean, Joy, my girl, but Joy better not ask me when I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Joy cool.
I mean, dude, what is that all about?
Dude, seriously, did you if you ran it a little bit longer, did you see Skips and who's the other host?
I'll run it again. I'll run it again.
Watch their reactions. That's the biggest thing. Like, watch their faces because they're like, "Oh shit, dude, you're about ready to blow this thing."
Undisputed. Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show, so I owe you a little gratitude. But Joy better not ask me. I mean, Joy, my girl, but Joy better not ask me when I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Joy cool, but we go, you know.
I got lots of dirt on you. Seriously.
Falcon, if you may remember, we did a Shannon Sharp episode a few weeks ago where he accidentally, quote unquote, released an Instagram sex tape. Who was that with?
Gee, I wonder.
Well, he kept saying the name Michelle in the video, but
it still could have been a joy to the world.
Oh, Fox Sports is wilding out. Oh my God, we're almost halfway through already. Rick Barnes likes losing. It's the Tennessee head coach. Falcon, you and I played sports. We played college sports. Do you ever believe a coach when he says a loss is a good thing?
No, never. I'm sorry, never. You're a shit ass coach if that's what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, Tennessee was off to their greatest start ever. They were 14-0. It's the greatest start in the history of Tennessee basketball, I believe. And they got absolutely waxed by number 8 Florida, 73-43. They lost by 30,
which was ridiculous.
Yeah. And he said, this is good for us. He said, I'm glad this happened. This is good for it. And I kind of understand the mindset, but does he realize he's coached long enough to know, like, this could snowball? If you're teaching your players it's okay to lose, they're going to be okay with losing. Like, I just don't get the mind. You're off to the best start in school history.
I sort of get it on I mean, I get it a little bit because it's like what he really should have said is, hey, it's a wake-up call. At this point in the season, we're in January, right? We still got a couple months left before we get into the March Madness, right? So if this is their blip in the road and they got throttled, that might be their wake-up call, right? Or whatever, and say, hey, see, if we don't go out there and execute, this is what happens, right? Period. The end. But I just wouldn't have made it public like that with everybody else. It's just a bad look. Makes you kind of look weak a little bit. I mean, it makes you look a little weak. He should have been coming out there furious, just like, it's just BS, yada yada. We should never lose by 30 points to anybody.
Yeah, it just caught me off guard. I was like, what just happened? Like, you're 14-0. It's the greatest start in school history.
Right.
You get beat by 30 by a conference rival that's also top 10. You're like, oh, this was good for us. Like, what just happened?
No. Nope. Even if that's how you felt, you should have been like angry in the fucking presser and just really thrown it out there and whatever, and even thrown it to yourself. But really show some passion and say this really hurts and da da da. We gotta. No, you don't say, yeah, you know.
Exactly.
We needed it. It's all right.
I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit because we can't go over tonight. Penn State, Notre Dame starts right at 7:30. Does Puma own colors?
What?
Does Puma, you know Puma, right? I have a Puma
yeah.
hat. Do they own colors?
What do you mean by own colors?
Does anybody own colors? Well, Puma has filed a notice of opposition against Tiger's Sunday red logos.
What?
Yeah, I don't think.
How can you own a color?
I don't know.
I mean, color. Oh my God. Are you serious?
So I got to share the screen with you while we're live. Let me hit present share screen. They're claiming. Here we go. I'm going to pull this up. So you can see Puma's logos on the left. Tigers is on the right.
Yep.
They're claiming that's too similar. They're trying to file suit.
Wait, too similar? How's that?
It doesn't look anything like theirs
At all. It's facing the opposite way, and it's more of a I'm galloping or whatever. That's Tigers. On the other side, he's leaping. They're not even in the same positions.
That's what I've said. Do they own colors? Because both sweatshirts are black and white, but the logos are not the same. Like, what is this all about?
They're not. What in the Sam Howell of the marks and the identical legal? No,
not what in the Sam Howell. It's what just happened.
Yeah, right. What just happened?
Well, they do say we're a very litigious species. So.
My God. I mean, seriously. I mean, I get it. Now, if Tiger's logo, if that company's logo was in the same position but faced the opposite way, basically, or whatever, the same whatever.
It's not.
Maybe I'm just saying, maybe there's a sum of a resemblance or whatever. But that one, no. Are you kidding me?
It's not even close. I mean,
no, not at all.
So I guess I'm just going to stop buying Puma gear because I used to buy Puma gear all the time. But if they're going to be this litigious, like it doesn't look anything like it. All right, I know you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say TGL, the golf league. Or do you?
I do.
Tiger Woods again.
What do you mean?
Do you know it's TGL. They debuted. You don't know what it is?
Is that the Saudi Arabian League or whatever?
No, that's Live Golf.
No idea.
So the TGL, I tried to watch the other night. I told my boss I kind of zoned out after about the fourth hole. What it is pro golfers. It's an indoor league for the winter months, literally playing on a golf simulator. There it is.
Serious?
In an arena.
Let's go.
What?
Good shot.
So we are off and running. Shane Lowry.
There you go.
Whoa.
Safe off the tee.
Nice.
Now I'll tell you some of the cool things are each hole they play, it's not a soil and grass green. Okay. So when you saw this guy hitting here, I'll pause it. It's actual. So in the middle is the tee.
Yep.
On the right is the rough, on the rough, and then the left is sand. So if you hit it in the fairway, you hit it from the middle, but not on a tee that time, like you're in the fairway.
Yep.
And then once you get within 50 yards, you're up in front of where the player is right now on those other three pads.
Yep.
And then once you get on the green, you putt like normal. Now, the green, each time they go to a different hole, the green is actually fabricated. It's not soil and grass. So underneath the green is a bunch of suction cups that they change the undulation and they change the contours of the green so it's different every hole. But like I say, love it or leave it. I mean, do people really want to watch guys golf indoors on a simulator?
I mean, maybe not on TV. I'm not going to sit around probably on TV or whatever. I might go to the arena and watch it because, hey, I can have a beer. I might get to meet, get to talk to a pro, get an autograph, do whatever. It might be a good, decent night out. Like that'd be okay probably, but I'm not going to sit there and spend time watching on TV.
It might be like baseball. It's better at the park because when
it could be like spring training. I'm saying this could be their version of spring training. I mean, honestly, because then you go out there and get a little closer to the action, get actually a little bit of like that part I could get on board with.
Well, when I watched it the other night, I had it on the secondary TV because the lady was watching her show, but I was kind of into it, but like after the third or fourth hole, like I told my boss today, it's just like I kind of lost interest because they're just on a simulator. What's cool about it though is there's a shot clock, so they have like 30 seconds to make to swing the club. Music's playing, the crowd can chant, heckle, whatever. It's not like regular golf where you have to hush when they're about to swing. So that's kind of cool. But I thought this tweet was funny today. Have you watched the Tiger King?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. This tweet went out today. The caption is TGL investors. I am never going to financially recover from this.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, Falcon, I think because I'm about the biggest sports fan out there, I lost interest after about the fourth hole. Like I stopped. I was staring at my phone. I'd look up to see what the score was.
But here's my question for you, right? And I just said that, right? And basically, where my interest would lie. If I was watching it on TV, that might be you know me, I don't really watch golf on TV. I might last a couple holes. But in person, if you and I went to an in-person thing where we may even get to meet the pros, we can sit around, have a couple beers, eat, whatever, shoot the shit. Like that wouldn't be a bad time out. It'd be like going to a spring training baseball game is what I'm getting at. And
that's awesome. But do you have any idea how many people were actually in the stands? It's a modified little stadium. Do you have any idea?
No idea.
They were lucky to have 2,000 seats to fill.
That's fine. I'm just saying it's spring. Like I would equate it to like a spring.
Do the math though. They don't play every day. I think it's a once a week thing. Do the math. Okay. How are they going to it's going to be like every other freaking sports event. Like everybody's like, how are these salaries so big? Nobody's at these Major League Baseball games. These TV network, ESPN probably is going to go bankrupt over this because they're broadcasting it. But there's like 1,500 people in the stands.
Again, if you don't make it a big thing and pump a ton of money into it, I could see it being if they made it more like a spring training sort of thing and not make it so like you have to dump all this money into it, basically, I think it could work.
Oh, I think Tiger thinks this is going to be the next biggest thing. So.
It's not going to be. I can tell you that.
No, nobody wants to.
Again, spring training, right? Casual. It's kind of fun in the off season. You might get close to the pro or whatever. It's going to be boring as shit on TV. But if you're there in person, have a few beers, get an autograph, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Hey, we're not going to run over, so we're going to go to break real quick. 60 seconds. We'll be back. We want to be done by the time Penn State Notre Dame kicks off. If you're watching on YouTube or X, please chime in. If you're watching on Roku, thank you for downloading the app. We're going to try to get on the Roku Live TV guide along with Fox Sports and all that stuff. A lot of big things coming this year. We've partnered with the Box Lacrosse League. We are featuring Roku Live only sports tomorrow night with Nazareth University in New York. Big things coming at 12 Out Sports. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for watching. What just happened? Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Yeah. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much black. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Pull up a gram like an exam.
Fuzzy has made it.
I do have a request.
Yes.
I do have a request. On the intro video, it's all about the gamble guy. Where's the Falcon? He has to fly in that video somewhere, I think.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Well, we got to give me a graphic. You got to give me something to work with.
That's right here. Right here.
You just want me to edit a clip? we'll get you in. We'll get you in. We have 18 minutes before kickoff. Penn State, Notre Dame. I mean, I put my teaser bet out earlier. You can get this on MyBookie. Penn State plus 8.5. You can't beat that. It's going to be a close game. What?
How late can you get on there and put something in?
Right now. I mean, till game.
I mean,
till
up
kickoff.
till kickoff.
Yep. As soon as that game kicks off, you can't do it. The promo code on MyBookie 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, a deposit bonus up to $1,000. I like that bet right there. Captain Lou kind of got me hooked on the teaser bet. You could pick alternate lines, still get plus money. I mean, I think this is golden. Captain Lou hit 2 parlays last week on teaser bets, or last round.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had Arizona State plus 23.5 in his parlay, and he won it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So I have Penn State plus 8.5, Ohio State minus 6.5. That's plus 138. I mean, plus money is where you want to be.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get on. So I noticed this. This is an ultimate what just happened. Tom Brady played for Bill Belichick. Tom Brady's part owner of the Raiders, even though he's a TV personality. He had to get a special clause with the NFL to be able to be a part owner. And now I feel like this is tampering, Falcon. He's reaching out to Bill Belichick to take over the Raiders. And it's a topic here in a minute about the Raiders firing their coach and the Patriots firing their coach. But my question is, North Carolina basically just sold the farm to get Bill Belichick, and now the Raiders are trying to poach him. Does North Carolina have a say here? What just happened?
I mean, you would think so. It depends on what the contract says, what he signed. I have no idea what the contract language says, right? I mean, does it say, hey, you need to be here a minimum of 1 full year?
He hadn't even been there 2 weeks.
I know. I had no idea that was going on. I was actually getting a little bit excited because I was reading up on what old Billy Boy was doing in the transfer portal. All of his recruits, the average was right around a 4-star, which is great. He was just getting people that are going to fit his system with experience right away. That's the Belichick way, man. I was kind of getting excited.
I used to like Tom Brady. This seems so sketchy. North Carolina just acquiesced to Bill Belichick's demands for. He wants a general manager for the football team. He wants X amount of dollars, like I think at least $20 million for NIL. He wants X amount of dollars per year, and he wants his son to be guaranteed to take over the program when he's ready to retire.
Yep.
And UNC, so excited to get one of the legendary coaches, says, yeah, we'll give you all this stuff. And now the Raiders are trying to steal him away. Like, what's North Carolina do? The portal's open. Recruiting's going on. Like, can they? I don't know if they have legal action. There's
got to be something, right? I mean, they had to protect themselves in some way, right? UNC had to.
It just seems
contract language. They had to.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Tom Brady, that you guys decided to fire your coach after one season, and then all of a sudden Bill Belichick's not free. But you shouldn't do that to another program, a college program.
No, that's not right.
They gave up way more than they ever give up to even legendary names, and it's just I don't know. I don't like. It doesn't sit well with me. It just
no, it doesn't. It seems a little shady. Why would you even do that? Like, there are plenty of candidates out there. Like, there always is. There's somebody that's getting ready to be promoted. There's somebody that got fired that they weren't a good fit over with this team. Maybe they didn't have the right roster because the GM didn't put it together. Maybe that's a better fit over here. Now they can get in and they only need a few tweaks and they're good to go. I don't get that. That is shady.
Yeah. And speaking of tampering with coaches, and I know I'm rushing, but we have 13 minutes.
Oh, good.
My least favorite human being, Jerry Jones, not my least favorite. I mean, there's murderers and stuff like that. But my least favorite football personality, Jerry Jones. There's rumors he's gonna fire Mike McCarthy. There's rumors that he's not happy with Mike McCarthy. The Bears need a coach, but he won't let the Bears interview Mike McCarthy. Like, so if you fire McCarthy in 2 months,
right? Now he has no fucking shot. Now you're just screwing him over.
So do you hate the guy so bad? Like, why can't Mike McCarthy interview for any job he wants? If my employer right now found out I'm interviewing with other people, yeah, they can fire me, but they can't prevent me from interviewing with other jobs. How can Jerry Jones prevent Mike McCarthy from interviewing for other jobs? I just don't get it.
It's probably in the contract. Again, it probably says you have to have permission from XYZ while you're under contract and employed by us in order to do that. I don't know. I mean, that's the only logical explanation, right? It has to be contractual.
So the NFL just makes up all their own rules. And we see it in our daily lives. They're a corporation. They can say whatever they want, do whatever they want.
Well, why doesn't McCarthy? I mean, here's the other option, right? Why doesn't McCarthy, at this point in time, if he's hearing these rumors, doesn't feel comfortable, do whatever, why doesn't he just say, you know what? I'm terminating the contract. I'm done. And then at that point, now he has every option open.
Because humans are motivated by money. He's getting paid by the Cowboys. He hasn't been fired, and he's not guaranteed to get the Bears job. So he's going
to. How many tens of millions of dollars has the guy made in his career as an NFL coach? I'm just saying, like, at some point, like, I don't know, if you're just not happy there, you think you're going to get fired, do whatever. You've already made tens of millions of dollars. You're probably still going to get a good contract somewhere else for sure. You've had some success.
McCarthy's the only one that really hasn't had a say in this. I mean, he didn't say he wants to leave the Cowboys.
No.
He didn't say he wants the Bears job. The Bears just want to interview him. They had to ask the Cowboys permission for some weird reason. They have to ask the Cowboys for permission. And Jerry Jones is like, no, you're not going to interview him.
But on the flip side, here's the thing. If there's rumors going around that Jerry Jones might fire him, like, you got to know that he's probably on to that too. So, I'm just saying, if I'm McCarthy, I'd just be like, hey, dude, I'm just going to go ahead and terminate my contract. Because then at least I know now I have a fair shake. There's a plenty of options out there that I can go out there and interview for jobs. I'm just saying, if I'm McCarthy, that's what I'm doing.
Well, you might do that, but I wonder, I should have looked this up before the show. If somebody is watching and knows, chime in, but I wonder if he's guaranteed money as long as he doesn't resign.
That could be. Very well could be. Like a roster bonus would be for a player, right?
I mean, pound for pound, I think the Cowboys have a better roster. They just are underperforming. So, I mean, if you're going to stay employed in the NFL, you have guaranteed money. Lay low and see what happens. I mean, if they fire you, they have to guarantee you the money, and then you go interview for. But I feel like Jerry Jones, he's the kind of backstabbing bastard. I mean, he's the guy that ripped the trophy out of Jimmy Johnson's hands. You remember that in the 90s?
Oh yeah,
like
I remember that.
Jerry Jones is an asshole. Like,
dude.
AT&T Stadium.
How old is he? He's got to be like 90 now, right?
He's 175 years old. But, I mean, AT&T Stadium was built with 85% of it was built on public money, and he calls it Jerry's World. Like, you barely paid any money for that stadium. Like, he's that kind of guy. So I'm almost guessing Jerry Jones is going to wait till the Bears hire somebody and then fire Mike McCarthy because he's that kind of asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. Speaking of all that, like, you know, we know now how much those owners make regardless. If you own a team, you are making hand over fist every year guaranteed. It's a guarantee, right? If you own an NFL team. We know that. The days of public funding and all that stuff, the public, the cities and all that shit, they need to start putting a foot down and say, no, dude, you have made billions, not millions. Your team is worth billions. You can build your own stadium. We'll give you the land, right? We'll give you the land. Maybe that's the concession. That's it. We'll give you the land. You got to pay for it. That's what needs to start happening.
I don't think they ever do it, though. I mean, I wrote an article 25, 26 years ago for a local paper. I was a sports writer at one point, and at that time, and I think it's still going on for the most part, it's kind of fixed a little bit, but these cities would give these owners of the NFL taxpayers money, no vote. They would just allocate taxpayer money to build stadiums, and then these owners are like, yeah, this is my stadium. It's like, you didn't pay a dime for it. There's no vote. There's no vote for it. And then you and I talked probably mid-season because we're not big fans of the Haslams. You know, a lot of these NFL owners really don't have a lot of incentive to win other than ego, because Haslam bought the Browns for like $1 billion. They've made the playoffs, I think, twice. Haven't won a playoff game.
Yeah,
they won one. They won one playoff game, and they've doubled in value. They're worth a little bit over $2 billion now. So he's made $1 billion off the Browns and haven't won anything.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And then there's going to be a $1.8 billion stadium build or a $2 billion stadium built, right? That's just the value of the franchise has gone up $1 billion, right? All the money he's made over that whole entire time too. What's that worth, right? He definitely 100% could pay for a $2 billion stadium. Any owner in the NFL nowadays, now back in the mid 90s and prior, I would say that was probably not the case because it wasn't big time money. Nowadays, it's big time now. It's huge.
It's big time. Now, sticking with the NFL, another great owner, Robert Kraft. I mean, everybody loves him, but he's a filthy rich guy that lives in a whole different world than we do. He hired Gerard Mayo to take over for Bill Belichick, fires him after 1 year. Now he's talking to Mike Vrabel, but that's the reason he fired Mayo was Vrabel was available. But Vrabel's a white guy, Mayo's a black guy. Antonio Pierce for the Raiders was hired because the Raiders were somewhat pressured because he took over for the guy went to bar. I'm blanking now. Now I'm having a brain fart. The coach, the Buccaneers coach. Anyway, Gruden. Yeah, he took over for Gruden because he was the interim coach and won a few games. He was fired after 1 year. So people are pointing out, like, black coaches have a shorter leash. Like, what's going on in the NFL? Like, I know the Rooney rule is you have to interview at least one black candidate, but why are these black coaches only getting 1 year? Even Bill Belichick said, if I was judged on my first year at the Patriots, I would have been fired after my first year, but he wasn't. He was given a chance. Like, why are these owners doing this? Like, it's obvious what you're doing.
Well,
it's obvious what you're doing.
But then you had the reverse. Like, remember the Browns last black coach, Jackson? Was it Jackson? Hugh Jackson, right?
Yeah,
they should have fired him.
No.
2 years earlier.
He was given 2 years. He was 1-31. He was 1-31 in his last 2 years, at least. I can understand that one. But Gerard Mayo was,
he got to play it out for 3 years altogether.
Mayo was showing promise at the end of the year.
True.
And Pierce, they lost Devontae Adams to the Jets. They had some injuries. Like, that 1 year is not enough for a coach. I've coached. You can't establish something in 1 year.
Well, and especially when you're talking about those are both rookie coaches too, right? Head coaches.
Yes.
So as a rookie head coach, right? Like, those guys, they should be given at least 3 years. That's my opinion, right? Because you need a little bit of growth. It's your first time being a head coach. If you're taking an investment and you're going to hire this guy, you got to give him 3 solid seasons. I'm sorry, to at least see what they can do. In this case, I agree. Mayo, they were definitely improving. So imagine if they kept him for 3 years. Where would they be? If they kept improving, he may have cut his whatever. He figured it all out, whatever. He may. But here's the thing: their mistake might be somebody else's gain.
Yeah, but they didn't. The Patriots and Raiders didn't even give Mayo and Pierce a chance to go through a draft process to pick out players that they liked. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense other than.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. All I'm saying is, I'm just saying, like, there's going to be some team out there, right, that's going to take another chance on one of these two, probably Mayo, right, because he showed improvement and all that stuff. Say, hey, we're going to give you 3 years, right? We're going to see where you're at after 3 years. We're not going to judge you.
But you're going on hypotheticals. I didn't pull up the tweet, but a national pundit pointed out that the only coaches in, like, the last couple of years have been fired after 1 year are all black coaches. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, wow. I mean, can you name a white coach? Can you name a white coach that's only been given 1 year other than Urban Meyer? But he had serious problems at Jacksonville. Like, that was a serious toxic environment in Jacksonville. That's the only one I can think of. Like, you didn't even let these guys go through the draft process and build something. You let Robert Kraft, of all people, should know better. Bill Belichick lost a lot of games early on in his career.
He did.
He let Bill Belichick build something.
Yep.
We
agree 100% on this one for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was an issue right now. And if it is, that needs to be looked into, I think.
It's just odd behavior. So, Elon Musk, does he like soccer? Elon and soccer? Did you see this? Did you see? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Apparently, his father thinks he wants to buy Liverpool. Did you see this story?
Yeah, I did, actually.
He had tweeted in 2022 that he was going to buy Manchester United, which is my favorite team, actually. Then he later said he was joking, but his father has come out and said he seriously wants to buy a team, and I think Liverpool's up for sale. I guess what just happened is how many fucking things you have to be involved in, dude. I do like you. I use your internet, but, like, dude, tone it down a little bit. Like, you have to own everything?
I'm telling you, he is he is an alien robot is what he is. He doesn't sleep. He works. That's what he does.
How does he have time to, like, and the other thing is I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but, like, the stars of that bought,
Wrexham.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Wrexham.
Like these stars are buying. They don't know anything about sports, which is hilarious. Like
that him and Ryan Reynolds? Was that him and Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and the guy that plays Mac on it. That's all I said.
Yeah.
We're out of time. I was just gonna go into Tyreek was kicking and screaming. He pulled.
Yeah, just do it. We can go over a minute. Whatever.
Well, I guess we're live on Roku, but we'll stay live on Roku and YouTube and X, and I'll get the football game. Penn State Notre Dame's kicking off. Nobody's gonna watch us once that kicks off.
Hey, whatever. Let's just finish it off.
Here, Tyreek kicking and screaming. Tyreek Hill. He wanted more money. The Chiefs got rid of him. He went to the Dolphins. It was a good run, but the Dolphins were going to miss the playoffs, so now he's kicking and screaming.
Yep.
Hoping that he has his fourth of the day right here.
Oh, here's the thing. You can hear his teammates say, "Where's Cheetah? Did he give up? Is he done?" Like, what are these players doing? You're just going to walk off in the middle of the game? Like, and then he'll get another big contract somewhere.
Dude, again, should never ask somebody again. I mean, you're military as well, but 22 years in the military, retired as a master sergeant. Sorry, dude. Finish what the fuck you started. How many millions of dollars are you getting paid a fucking year to go out there and just fucking play a game that you love? Like, what in the actual fuck is going on with entitled divas? Exactly. What in the fuck just happened?
You can hear his teammates. Jalen Waddle's like, "Where's he at? Is he done?"
Hoping that he has his fourth of the day right here.
You done? Like, you're gonna quit mid-game?
God, dude, seriously, like that is entitlement right there, 100%. 100%. This is coming from a coming from a low blue collar family, grinding it out and playing at the old Sandy Valley there and going off to Heidelberg, and you worked your ass off and everything else. I knew I was never going to make it pro and make a living of that. If I ever could have, like I actually had the ability to do so, oh my God, I would have been so grateful every single day and whatever. I'd be out there every single play. You know me. Never quit. Never. You know that. Just like you would never quit either. How many times did you drag your ass out there and your back or your knee, everything's in fucking pain because you're a linebacker and you're destroying people, and you're also a quarterback and half your line can't block, so you're on your back half the time. And you still get up and you fight through it all the way through to the end, right?
That's a great point. And we get paid nothing to do this show. So, patronize our sponsors. 12 Ounce Sports is a ticket platform. Tickets.12ouncesports.com or MyBookie, our betting sponsor. MyBookie.ag, promo code 12OZ Sports, all capital letters, no spaces, deposit bonus up to $1,000. We don't get paid to do this show, but we go over. We're 4 minutes over, and I hope you enjoy. The Final Four starts tonight. I hope you enjoyed this show. We appreciate the viewers. Falcons, stay backstage. We'll watch the first quarter of Penn State together before I go down to the living room.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say real quick, I love all the viewers. I never get a chance to say it. I love y'all. I never get a chance to say it, but I love y'all. Seriously.
We love the viewers. This has been, what's it called?
What Just Happened?